Welcome to my class. Before moving any further, I need to clear one thing. If you have not seen the first part of the stone 1, this is second part of the stone. If you have not seen the first part of the stone 1, then look at it first. After that you see the advanced part, otherwise you will not understand anything. Because in this class we're going to use speed of sound to determine the depth and distance of water. Now, what is speed of sound? Speed of sound in air is 343 meter per second at 20 degrees centigrade or Celsius temperature. You need to remember this figure. Now, if temperature increases, then speed of sound is also increases. And if temperature decreases, then speed of sound is also decreases. Now, what is speed? Speed means distance covered per unit time, or you can say distance traveled divided by time. Now, if you want to calculate the time, you can change the formula by using cross multiplication method. Time will go there and speed will come here. Okay. Now, as I told you, I'm not a good painter. Let's focus on the board. This fellow seems to be agitated. Well, don't go for the looks. Looks may be quite deceptive. Now, the two objects are at a distance of 343 meters. Why 343 meters? Because the speed of sound is 343 meters. This is, I have already mentioned the time. At 3 hours, 0 minute and 1 second, he says, fine. Now sound has produced here. So this sound will take 1 second to reach another person. As you can see, the time has changed a bit. Hours is same, minute is same, but second has changed. Got my point? This is important. Now the half of 343 is 171.5. At 3 hours, 0 minute, 1 second, he says bonjour. Bonjour is a French language word. At 3 hours, 0 minute, 1 second, he says bonjour, and the sound is produced here. So this sound will take half second to reach another person. Time has changed a bit. Likewise, something similar happens here too. When stone hit the water, it produced tap sound. So the sound has produced here. But this fellow will hear the tap sound sometime later, as it takes some time to move the sound from one place to another. Did you get my point? We need to subtract this time, and we don't have this time. Why? Because we have given the distance here. We don't know the distance and we don't know the time, but we can calculate the time. Now, how do we get the time? Now, time is, our initial time was 4.5 seconds. Okay, subtract it. And what is the formula to find out the time is distance. And what is the distance? We don't know. And distance is represented by s divided by speed. Whose speed I'm talking about? Speed of sound. How much speed of sound is there? 343 meter per second. 343 meter per second. Now this is the actual time, and this is 4.5 is not the actual time. Got my point? Agree? Now write down the values we have. We had initial velocity 0. My nephew told you initial velocity for other countries. G, gravity constant, value of J is 9.8, and we'll not use this time, we'll use this figure. T is 4.5 minus S upon 343. Now put all the values in second equations of motion and calculate it. Now second equation of motion is S equals to ut plus half gt square for Asia and for other countries. Okay. Now u is 0, this becomes 0, this becomes 0. It becomes 0. Remaining part is 1 upon 2, gravity is 9.8, multiplied by the square of t. And how much t is? 4.5 minus s upon 343, the square of this figure. Okay, now it becomes the identity of a minus b whole square. And what does it mean? A square plus b square minus 2ab. Now half of 9.8 is 4.9, right there. Okay, now the square of 4.5 is 20.25 plus b square minus 2ab. This will same, and the double of 4.5 is 9, and put s and 343 upon, and bring this number over here using cross multiplication identity. To make calculation easier, we normally eliminate denominator, and if you have any other method you can use it. What I'm going to do is, let's multiply the square of 343 on both sides, in LHS side or in RHS side. Multiply by square of 343, multiply by square of 343, multiplied by square of 343, and multiply by square of 343. Now this will be cancelled out, and this will be cancelled out. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to make it easy for you. Okay. Now the square of 343 and divided by 4.9, we got 24,010 s is there. Okay. You can use small s or capital S. It really doesn't matter. And the square of 343 multiplied by 20.25, how much we get? 238, 239, 2.25 plus s square is there. This cancelled out. Minus when you multiply 343 by 9, you will get 3087 s. Now bring this number here. It becomes negative, and this is s, this is s. Add these two numbers, and I have already taught you addition and subtraction. Add these two numbers, same sign are added, and the result is the sum of the given number with given sign. Sign is same, then add these two numbers with the given sign. Given sign is negative. Put negative over here, and this will be the same, equals to 0. Now this becomes your quadratic equation. This is quadratic equation. There are three methods to solve the quadratic equations. First one is factor by middle term splitting, second one is perfect square method, and third one is quadratic formula. Quadratic equation cannot be learnt in a day. It takes a week or 2 weeks to become a master of all three methods of quadratic equation. Don't worry, I'll teach you some other time. Definitely I'll teach you, but today I'll only solve it for your ready reference, and I'm solving it by using perfect square method. Okay, now we'll solve this by perfect square method. Assume that this is a square and this is minus 2ab. Minus sign is there, so we're going to use the identity of a minus b whole square, because this variable has a minus sign, and this, assume that this is minus 2ab. And how do we get this? S square means a square, and minus 2 into a means s, and multiply by, and how do we get this number? When you divide this number by 2, you will get this number. And what our identity says, that is b square, and this one become b, and b square, whatever you have added, subtracted this, minus b square plus the same number, and equals to 0. Now this become a minus b whole square. A minus b is this. Okay, and when you bring that number there, it becomes positive and it becomes negative. Make addition and subtraction, you will get this number. Now when you remove the square, put under root on opposite side. Okay, when you get the under root of this number, put positive and negative, both sign you need to show. Okay, now there are two cases. In first case we'll take positive sign, and in next case we'll negative sign, and we'll get distance in meters. This is not possible. This is the distance, because the distance is too large. This is not possible, and this is the answer. Okay, now see the variations. In the stone 1 we have used gravity 9.8, and we have also used gravity 10, and we have not used speed of sound. Then we got the distance is 99.22 meter, and we got the distance is 101.22 meter. But in stone 2 we used gravity 9.8, and we have also used speed of sound, and we got the distance that is two fat ladies which means 88.21 meter. So you got the distance or depth of the water is 88.21 meter. You have done tremendous job. Seriously, you have done tremendous job. Thank you.